My cancer diagnosis was lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's T-cell, and the diagnosis was September of 2011. Well, when I received the diagnosis, I was very shocked. First of all, wondering, how could this be? What had happened? What did I do, or what did I not do? How was it that suddenly, here at the age of 50, I am diagnosed with cancer? So the emotions went from, did I do something, to what is happening with me at this time? What got me through the diagnosis emotional response was, one, my faith in God. Initially, I was very distraught. But then after I focused on the fact that, I am a child of God and God loves me, that everything was going to be all right. Aside from that, I had my wife at my side. And that really helped me to focus on the fact that it's okay. We are going to go through this together. I was driving at the time when the doctor called me and told me about the diagnosis. He told me right over the phone, and I was in the middle of traffic. And at that time, I went, oh my goodness. So I kind of got myself together, and I called my wife, and we was going to be meeting that same day in a couple of hours. So I didn't tell her anything on the phone. I waited until I met her that evening. And then once I told her what the diagnosis was, she said to me, well, honey, it's going to be all right. And so that helped me to go forward. The treatment process has been very, very good. I was taking every 3 weeks. I was doing chemo every 3 weeks. It was a 5-day regimen, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It was chemo. On Thursday, it was Naleska. And then on Friday, it was replacement to kind of build me back up again for the next 2 weeks until I start the treatment again. The treatment went well. I thank God for the folks at St. Francis who helped me through this process. Every time we went in, the staff was so friendly with us, and the staff really made it easy. They made it seem as if this is okay. It's going to be all right. The first 2 weeks was very good. The body didn't really experience much changes. But by the time I got to that 3rd week treatment, that's when it really hit. Not only as the body got weaker, but also as emotionally, I got to that point where I said, okay, this is it. I am really, really going through this. And so I had a pretty low that 3rd treatment. But again, thanks be to God and my faith in God, I kind of came out of it and went through the rest of the treatment. And it hasn't been bad. I've had some good days. I've had some not so good days. But all in all, I will say the overall treatment hasn't been bad at all. It has really been something that I've been able to work with. The way cancer treatment changed my day-to-day life was I had to realize that I could not go as much as I used to go. I am a pastor. I'm pastor in the church. And during the time that I was going through my treatment, I could not go and be in the church and be around the people that I wanted to be around because of the fact that my body was depleted and I could have caught some kind of infection or something. So the hardest part for me as an active person who likes to go, the hardest part for me was to have to sit back and just kind of let this take its course before I could get up and go about and do the things that I needed to do. So my life sort of changed in such a way that here I am, active, moving around, and now suddenly I have to stay home and can't go anywhere until I feel better. And, the first week of treatment, the body was still doing a little okay, but by the 2nd week, the body was just so depleted and so tired that I couldn't do anything. I just had to stay home. So once I finished my treatment plan, which was in March of this year, I went back to see the doctor in July for a follow-up. And the doctor says to me, well, now you are okay, you can get back to your routine. So what really helped me get back in step or get back to where I am is the fact that I was able to go back to church, continue to do the things that I was doing at church, may it be little by little, because I wasn't able to get right full in there, but I was able to get back to doing the things that I used to do. And I was able to get to exercise. Through this process, me and my wife developed a regiment of exercising, and so we got back to walking and exercising. And those two things, the fact that I was able to get back into church and begin to do the things that I used to do, that helped me with the process. And then being able to exercise even helped me. And even today, I'm continuing to exercise more and more and more. And so I'm feeling back to normal. Not 100%, but I realize that I'm not where I used to be a couple of months ago. My message of hope for those who are going through what I went through is simply this. First of all, pray to your God and always acknowledge Him. The second thing that I will say to you is follow the instructions of your doctors. Whatever it is that they tell you that you need to do, make sure that you do it. Because I believe that the reason why I'm doing as well as I'm doing today is, one, because of my faith in God, and two, because I follow what the doctors say that I needed to do. If the doctor said, during this week, avoid contact and make sure that you stay indoors, I made sure that I did that. So I will say to them, you follow what your doctor said. They know exactly what it is they need to do for you in order to get you back to where you need to be. And if you follow that, I think you'll be all right.